Good morning, everyone. I showed a stamping tip yesterday shared to me by Barbie. Now this here is stamped images that I did before I found out about this. So these are less than stellar stamping, but one of my subbies, Paula Fowler, yesterday asked how I do the coloring, because I use water pencils. I think I only own like 1 or 2 Copics. I had these for several years, so I'm gonna show you, Paula or whoever wants to listen, how I do my coloring. I've only seen one video from the Frugal Crafter, and that was already after I started coloring. So I own the Derwent Water Coloring Pencils, and I also own this very old Stampin' Up! That I bought off of a friend, and she had it for several years before that. I don't know if Stampin' Up! Still does water coloring pencils or not. Okay, I use Derwent pencils right now. So I'm going to show you how I do my ethnic Santa Claus. And Vicky, if you're watching, this is not your Asian Santa. I'm still going to try and figure out how to do Asian Santa, but this color tone will be the same if I did Asian Santa. For the ethnic one, I just have to figure out how to do the eyes if possible. They're already pre-done, so I probably won't be able to do it. So for my Hispanic or black/mulatto Santa, I'm going to be using Derwent number 64 called Terracotta and number 61 Copper Beech. And then for my Caucasian Santa Claus, I'm going to be using number 57 Brown Ochre and number 59 Golden Brown. Okay, so here we go. And lightly start working on, and I use my lightest shade first. Again, I'm self-taught. I don't watch videos, so I could be explaining it to you wrong, but I'm just showing you how I did it. And I use just plain old tap water. Okay, so, and I'm just kind of going back over my coloring. And so I just use plain old tap water. I use this little shot glass, in case you were wondering yesterday why I had a shot glass on my desk. It just holds a little bit of water, and that's in case I have a little spill. I don't spill that much water. Okay. And I guess you can use Gamsol. So here's how my Santa looks so far with just the first color. It's kind of light, right? Okay. So again, for the first layer of coloring, I used number 64 Terracotta. Now this is number 61 Copper Beech. And now I'm just kind of going over that side of the outline of the face. And so from the Frugal Crafter, she was saying that you could use Gamsol. She never once said about water, I don't think, but I use water. But she said Gamsol, and she also said oil that you can use to bring out the color. If there's someone that's really experienced with this and you have other tips on how to bring out the color from the watercoloring pencils, let me know. I'm not, as I said, I'm not experienced. I just have one of my subbies asking, and this is just how I do it. using one of my jacked up images just to kind of give you an idea how this is done. Santa color, this is what he looks like without water being added. And you know, I can still keep going and making him a little bit darker if I want. Okay. So, Caucasian Santa, I'm going to use the lightest shade, which is number 57, Brown Ochre. And I'm going to start shading him in. So Paula, I hope this is helpful to you. Okay, so now I have the base of Caucasian Santa, and now I'm gonna go with my next color, which is golden brown, which is number 59 for the Derwent pencils. Eyebrows and the beard, I use a Derwent Water Coloring Pencil number 69. It's called Gunmetal. And I just do a real light shade. I don't get heavy-handed with when I do the hair. Just gonna do a little bit because I don't want to keep you guys. I like to do quick videos if possible. And then I just shade around his exterior of his face on the beard and hair part. So here it is. Hopefully you can see the very light shading on the eyebrows and on the beard. I'm not doing the whole beard. I just want to give you the idea of how this works. A thin brush, and I'm just gonna dip my water a little bit. I don't want my brush saturated, so I just brush it up against. And let me see if I can zoom in closer. Okay. Alright, so now I am going to start with my darkest color on my ethnic Santa, and I want to start blending my darker part into my lighter shading. And hopefully you can see this up close. And I just kind of go like in a circular motion, Again, I haven't been formally trained, so this is just how I do it. Okay. All right. All right. So here is Ethnic Santa, and he looks a lot lighter in the viewfinder, but he's actually darker. All right, so that's Ethnic Santa. Let me do his eyebrows so you can see. And I did not color all the eyebrows. I did not shade them all in as gray so that you can still see a little bit of white in there, so it looks just kind of smoky. So now I'm blending in his hair underneath his nose right now. And I'm using the 110 pound cardstock from Michaels. My friend Barbie, when I was talking to her this one time, she was actually coloring and I was just listening and watching. She said they have watercoloring pads, and I think she said it was like 140 pound cardstock. But I'm just using what I have, you know, because my spending money is very, very limited. So I'm just using what I have, and this works just fine for me. Eventually I'll go get the, since I'm doing more watercoloring and really getting into the stamping, it'll be worth it to invest. So let me just show you. Hopefully you can see the shading right here. It's very light. I didn't put too much water so it's not making the paper icky with the water saturation. Okay, and let me start with Caucasian Santa, and I'll start blending his face so you can see. I'm going to start again with the darker shade first, working in a circular motion with my brush, just pulling it in from the exterior to the So there is Caucasian Santa, and so you can see the darker color, and then you can see the lighter shades on the inside of the face. And that's just how I do it, Paula. I hope this helps you. Again, I'm just using plain old tap water with the watercoloring pencils. Again, in case you're watching this for the first time, I've only seen one watercoloring pencil tutorial, and the Frugal Crafter said you can use oil or Gamsol. I'm just using plain old tap water. I don't proclaim to be a great watercolor. I'm just barely learning how to use watercoloring pencils. Again, this stamped image was before I found out about the foam, so I'm just practicing to show her how to do it on these jacked up images. I will probably only keep this one because the other images are kind of icky. They're not worth salvaging. This helps you. If you have any other questions, Paula, let me know, and I hope this helps. Thank you. Bye.